This will be a 1 versus 1 replay. It's a game, this is me actually playing. Playing Zerg. And the enemy went random, which I don't like to play against random. I have pretty much set tactics I like to do against each race. When they go random, it throws me off pretty much, so it's never fun to play random, and he wouldn't tell me his race. So basically, I'm stuck having to scat him out, playing blind right now, just kind of doing my regular thing. You can see he was a diamond player. I'm actually in the platinum league, so I'm a little bit of trouble playing against diamond people sometimes. I can see the APM for him is pretty low. I'm a little bit ahead of him in actions, which I'm actually not a believer in spamming. I don't really like to spam. I think that the only actions that you need are the ones that are going to win the game for you. And here we go, I'm putting out my spawning pool. I like to patrol a drone here just because a Terran bunker rush can be pretty annoying. And most diamond players will do a bunker rush. It's just the nature of the beast. You can see him upgrading to his orbital command.
By playing against Master League.
And
he fucked us up, but good game.
Just
till the end.
Pretty much here, working on my spawning pool, getting my hatchery going. I like to play more macro games with Zerg because that's just what Zerg's good at. They're better at macro than really trying one-base strategies. I mean, some one-base strategies can work. There's actually I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard that's a 7-roach cheese. It sounds pretty interesting to me. I wouldn't mind learning the build. I just haven't actually seen anyone do it yet, or I can emulate their build. I normally, I don't copy builds exactly. I try to emulate builds, or maybe just integrate them into the way that I play. I'm putting a couple spine crawlers up here. The main reason that I do this is because it's just it can be a pain for a Hellion harass. They can run him up your ramp, and there we go. I've scouted that he is Terran, and I'll say right now, I hate playing against Terran. I think they're a little bit overpowered. I just don't think Terran is quite the easiest race to play against. They're pretty tough. I mean, just Marines alone can be very painful. The attack speed on them so quick. They hit air and ground. With combat shield, they've got a pretty meaty health pool. And stem pack is just completely outrageous in terms of how fast that they move and how much faster that they shoot. So it's never fun when you can tech all the way up to Brood Lords, and a T1 unit with a T1 upgrade can easily shoot them all down pretty much instantly. So I've played a few games today, and I'm working on builds versus Terran. I feel like I have a pretty good build against Terran now. I'm getting more confident versus them. You can see he's pushing out. He might want to try an aggressive play. Oh, my scout overlord. It's always a pain when your overlord dies before you actually can get into their base to see what they're doing. So, but even with that overlord dying, it gave me the info that he is coming to attack me. So my response to that, make some Zerglings. You can see my speed upgrade will be done just in the nick of time. Getting some banelings out. I've been trying to move away from baneling builds because I feel banelings are just a little bit wasteful unless, you know, your micro just very good as that stem pack. And a good surround on him here, he backs himself into a corner. It's crap. Good place for the banelings to be. Trying to micro a little bit here. All those marines were not micro too well. They were just kind of walking in there. As you can see, my spine crawlers did absolutely nothing. They were pretty big waste of 2 drones and 200 minerals, but let's not worry about that right now. We're moving forward. Okay, we have our layer upgrade. It's pretty standard. I like to maybe try to get some roaches out against terran. I'm finding roaches can actually do pretty decent. The zerglings, just down here, checking for an expo. You normally want to know when your opponent is expoing, or if they have it down already, or are they building bunkers out there, do they have a wall. Information is very good to have in this game. And we can see he's building it in his base, so he is planning on expoing. He's getting ready to do it. It's got a pretty good saturation down here. We'll check out the income. As you can see, yeah, look at that. Terran is pretty overpowered with those mules. I mean, I'm here. I have 2 bases. Not the best saturation at my expansion, but I've got a pretty good saturation up here. Maybe possibly even oversaturated. Oh, there we go. Yeah. It's always good to have that eye, the gamer's eye. And when you see that you're oversaturated, pull some off and send them to your expo. Now my expo almost was oversaturated, but it never hurts to have an oversaturated expo, because you want to mine this thing out quickly. That base can die at any time. You want to make the best of it. And I mean, you know, I still am keeping a good saturation here. Always like to keep droning up a lot. One of the best tips of advice I've ever heard from a Zerg player, he says, if you feel safe as Zerg, build drones. So whenever I feel safe, I build drones. And I'd say it's a pretty good rule to go by. Can't really go wrong with building too many drones, as long as you have some larvae to make some units. You don't want to use all your larvae. I've been in situations where basically I droned a little bit too hard, used all my larvae, and when they come to attack, you can't produce that quick army. The Zerg is known for getting that quick defensive army, which to me that's one of the really strong selling points of the Zerg, is that, you know, they can build an army if you choose to have a standing army, but if you like to just play a big economy game and save up some larvae, when it comes time to really build that army in the quick moment, you can get it out. And you can see here, I see he has a okay, here's his medevacs coming down here. Just look at that, barely missed them with my mutalisks. So I like to do a little bit of mutalisk harassment, you know, get what you can. See, I got a turret over here, so you know, I don't want my mutalisks to be built for nothing, so I'm at least going to come over here, pick off a supply depot. And if we look, supply locked him. No, he built another depot right as that one died. Actually, it's a little bit of miss micro here. Yeah, I remember this point in the game where I lost all those mutas. I was actually up here looking at these marines doing something. And yeah, my third base goes down pretty quickly. But I did see that coming. I was stockpiling my units here. And you can see how I do my hotkeys. Every hatchery I have a hotkey under my number 1. my Mutalisk, my flying harass units, hotkey as number 2, and my ground force attack army, I hotkey as number 3. That'll be the first part of this game. I'll do a second part to it also. Thanks.